Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sharing the Load. Today, I just wanted to share an experience that I had with my finance manager last week when we sat down and had a bit of a conversation about how she felt her team was performing and a few challenges she was having within that team. Now, some of the problems she was facing was the fact that a couple of her team members really weren't operating very well together. They were very cordial to each other and they certainly got on with their work during the day, but there certainly just seemed to be a little bit of friction. And she was really unsure about where that had come from and what to do about it. Without going into all the history, we sat down and we unpicked a few things that had happened over the previous couple of months. And then really I asked her this question: did she actually understand what the informal organisational structure was within our business? She looked a little bit inquisitively at me and responded that she wasn't sure what I meant. Well, I'm sure all of that you do know that within any company, there's obviously a very hierarchical standard organisational structure. This is usually the one that's in your company documents, used as part of your induction processes, and sets the levels within a business from the boss all the way down to the first graduate employee within the business as well, and really provides that framework for how reporting moves up and down the structure. Now, of course, that's not actually the only organisational structure that exists within your business, and probably not even the most important. People being social animals, actually probably one of the most important structures within your business is the informal one. The one where people are having a conversation around a water cooler, the one where people go out and actually have drinks on a Friday night, or share stories about their kids, play sport together, share some other common interest in and around the office. And these informal structures occur at all sorts of levels within the business and between all sorts of other people. Now, my finance manager's response to me when we talked about this informal structure within our business and how it might apply to these two particular direct reports of hers really fed back the fact that she did not get involved with the office politics. She felt herself deliberately about being above it. And of course, as the boss, while I recognise that and appreciate that, what I pointed out to her is the fact that whilst she herself might not engage in office politics that happens in the same way she thinks she should or shouldn't, others do. And while she may not necessarily spend the time on a Friday going out to drinks because she doesn't think it necessarily is appropriate, that doesn't mean all of the other reports don't. So why is this relation a little bit important? Well, it also reflects on what else you're doing during the day, where you have people sitting, what conversations you're actually having with people. Because whilst you might feel you're giving people instructions, there could also be other conversations going on around you and underneath you, especially from your direct reports, that may change the way things happen. And these are usually the result of an informal organisational arrangement going within your business. So what does it mean for her? Well, one of the bits of feedback that I got from her following our conversation is that she's going to move the office around. What she's realised, as we have an open plan office within our business, is the fact that she has one of her direct reports sitting right next to her. And what that then actually creates is a little bit more camaraderie between her and that specific report. The other team member that she's having some troubles with happens to be a few desks further away and behind a couple of partitions. And whilst that wasn't done in any real deliberate manner to potentially create that isolation between her and her team member, she recognises that there might be some subtlety in how that particular team member is reading that situation. So she's going to look at mixing up the desks a bit and see really whether changing where people are sitting are actually going to create a different sort of engagement and outcome within her team. To me, that sounds fantastic. She's recognised some of the challenges that she's having within the team and actually doing something about it. So, what I would put to you is, are you aware of the informal organisational structure that exists within your business? Are you actually contributing to that by potentially paying favourites because there's people that you like more or possibly spend more time with? Are you aware, especially as the leader of the business, the shadow that you cast across your organisation in the way that you have personal engagement with different people within your business? Maybe that's part of the reason you could be having some troubles. So I just ask you to reflect on that and see what you might actually find. Thank you very, very much for enjoying and listening to this episode. Please, of course, like, share and connect to this series, and all the best. Goodbye.